Hello and welcome back to another episode of Real with Ryan. Today we're going to be reviewing the EVERFUN Leakproof Backpack Cooler. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video because we have an awesome giveaway of one of these backpacks and the details are going to be at the end. But for now, let's hop into the review. So to start off this review, let's talk a little bit about the form factor of this cooler. Obviously, this is a backpack. And anyone who are seeing you wearing this on the street would just think you're wearing a standard backpack, but it is in fact a cooler that can hold 30 cans and keep your drinks and food insulated from within. Now, this does come in a handful of different colors. I prefer the black color, but I believe they have gray and a couple others to choose from. You can see on the backpack there's a few exterior details. Most of this is kind of a shiny, nice black, but there's some blue and silver accents that are kind of around the bag. So when worn on the back, it is just like a normal backpack, which makes it super easy and convenient for taking out to the beach or taking it somewhere where you need to keep your drinks cold. Now let's go through a few of the exterior details. I'll start with the straps. They're nice and thick and padded and feel like pretty solid straps. You definitely can have a lot of cans and weight in here, and these are going to do the trick. Now, there isn't a chest strap, which I wish there was. There's also a little handle so you can pick up and grab this bag easily. Included with this bag is an awesome little blue bottle opener attached, with another loop that you can attach other accessories to, but the fact they include a bottle opener on the bag is a nice little touch. On the side of the bag is a net water bottle or bottle holder, so you can slip things right onto the outside of the bag for quick access. On the opposite side of the bag, there is a small compartment that is the size of a bottle once again, so you could fit another bottle within the bag, but it is a zipper that zips tight. On the front of this bag, we're going to have this webbing, so in case you need to strap this down or tie things to this bag, you can definitely do so, which will be great when taking this on to the beach or things like float trips. In this front zipper is a small little compartment that would be perfect for electronics or sunglasses or your phone to keep it right at hand. Moving on to the top of the bag, we have this compartment that is waterproof. This would be perfect for keeping snacks or things like sandwiches and sunscreen away from the wet materials that are going to be stored inside the bag. And finally, we have the main compartment that is acting as the cooler here. So it's a clamshell opening, it opens up and it is deep, and this is where you're going to be able to store your cans and ice and anything that you want to keep cold. You can tell that this entire compartment is lined and this bag is supposed to be completely leak proof, but we're definitely going to put that to the test. So that was a quick overview of the features of this bag. I will note one of the biggest positives is the price of this bag. It sells for around $43 US, which is great compared to lots of the other competitors on the market. Also, the fact that it looks like a normal backpack and not like a giant cooler is a real positive for me. And its form factor is something I'll be able to pack up and take with me on whichever adventures I choose to go on. But let me go load this up with some cans and ice, as well as some other things that I would pack on a beach or a float trip, and then we'll get back to the review. Okay, so I now have the backpack loaded all the way up as if I were taking it to the beach or a float trip. Now, of course, since it is so loaded up, it isn't as comfortable, but the padding on the straps is thick enough to where it isn't bothersome. So even though it is a heavy backpack filled with cans, it isn't that bad to carry around. I will say, when you load up the main compartment with cans and the things you're trying to keep cool, if the compartment is completely filled, it will be a little bit harder to keep things in the side pockets. For example, my water bottle is just barely fitting into that storage compartment there, as well as the tripod that I would be bringing with me to record some videos. But the ability to have a side net and a side pocket for other equipment is fantastic. In the top pocket, I would carry things like dry snacks. So I have a handful of snacks, but of course you can store anything in this top compartment, sandwiches, snacks, or your phone and other things. Now let's take a look at the cans loaded up inside of the bag. So the advertised storage space for cans here is 30 cans, but I have about 24 loaded in here, which as you can see here is still quite a few cans. Now, I imagine you can get 30 cans into this cooler, but if you do, it's going to be stuffed to the brim and you probably won't be able to fit things into the side pockets or the top pockets, and you might not be able to get any ice. So while this bag does say you can store 30 cans in it, I would recommend somewhere between 20 and 24 cans, which gives you room to put things in the side pockets as well as load ice on top of the cans. So you can see I was a little more efficient in loading up the cans this time, so you definitely can squeeze probably 6 more cans in there if you really wanted to, and a little bit of ice, but I still would recommend not putting 30 cans in there, but somewhere between 20 and 25, and then using ice in the other storage that it unlocks. So finally, this bag is supposed to be leak proof, so I'm gonna go fill it up with water and test that claim. Okay, so we went ahead and filled up the entire backpack with water to test how leak proof it is, and so we're gonna put that to the test right now. But let's see what happens if I turn the backpack upside down. And we can bring this over the cement. Well, it does appear to be leaking out of the top. It does look like the water is leaking out from the zipper, so it doesn't appear to be fully leak proof as it claims, but if it is just cans and ice in here, I was walking around with the water and it seemed to do just fine. So as you can tell, it wasn't completely leak proof, but it was leak resistant. The inside lining of this means that water's not going to drip out, but if you do turn the bag upside down or things are sloshing around, water can escape and infiltrate through the zipper, so keep that in mind. But the last thing I'm going to test before bringing this on a trip is going to be how long it can keep things cool. I'm going to put 6 cans on ice within this bag and check on it over the course of 24 hours and see how cold those cans are kept. So we put 6 cold cans and a bucket full of ice into the bag. Now we're gonna zip it up and leave it at room temperature. So it's been about 3 hours since the ice has been in there. So you can tell no leaks. And the ice is all there and the drinks are still ice cold. There's a tiny bit of water in the bottom, so some melted, but 3 hours in and everything's still cold. So we're about 6 hours after the ice and the drinks have been in this cooler, and you can see a good amount of the ice has melted. There's still a little bit left, but the drinks are still nice and cold. So it is 16 hours after the ice and drinks have been in the cooler, and as you can tell, the ice has completely melted, but the water is still cold. I would say that the water in here from the melted ice is still ice cold, and the cans are still cold. They are not ice cold, but they definitely would be cold enough to drink after 16 hours, and frankly, just a bowl of ice, so not a ton of ice. So this cooler does keep things cold, keeps ice cold, keeps drinks cold, so pretty satisfied with that. But that will do it with the at-home review. Now I'm gonna take the cooler to the beach, use it for about a week, and then we will finish off the review and announce the giveaway. Okay, so I'm back from a week at the beach. I've had a solid time putting the EVERFUN Cooler Backpack to the test over a week in Florida. And I have a few things to note after giving this a little bit of a test for the past week. The first is the comfort. So before I took this to the beach, I said it was comfortable, and I still think it's one of the most comfortable coolers I've ever had to carry around. Even when filled up with drinks and everything, I just plopped it on my back and headed down to the beach, and it was completely comfortable even if I wasn't wearing a shirt. So it definitely gets an A+ for comfort. And secondly, the function. It worked just as well as I wanted it to. I loaded up with ice, I loaded it up with cans and drinks and waters and snacks, and was able to take it down to the beach. It kept everything nice and cold, and it was everything I really wanted in a backpack cooler. We didn't experience any leaking, so if we took this down to the beach and then brought it back up, we didn't have any spills, any mess, any water leaking out anywhere. And yeah, overall, I think it's a really great cooler and really great backpack. And all of this at a price of $43. If you're in the market for an entry-level backpack cooler, this is going to check most of the boxes I think you'll have. Now, we will see over time how this holds up. I do think that the materials, while pretty functional, pretty good, they might not be the most durable. So hopefully over the next handful of months, I'll put this to the test. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you're watching this in the future and ask how it's holding up, and I'll respond in those comments. But yeah, overall, this is a great backpack cooler for $43. You really can't beat it. Looks good, it works well, doesn't really leak, and I think it's a bang for your buck. So thank you for watching, and now let's jump into those giveaway details so you can win one of these. Okay, let's talk giveaway of a brand new EVERFUN backpack. Thanks to EVERFUN for sponsoring this giveaway. And bear in mind, as this is the first giveaway I've done, so just work with me a little bit and we'll make sure that this giveaway goes really smoothly. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is watch this video, click the like button, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you're gonna do with the backpack cooler. This giveaway contest opens up as soon as you see this video and it comes out, and will end Friday, June 10th at 2 p.m. Central Time. At that point, a winner, one of y'all, will be selected. I'll change the comment section and reach out to you in the comments for contact on this bag. Remember, all you have to do to be entered in to win a free backpack cooler is like this video and comment down below how you would end up using this backpack cooler. Overall, the EVERFUN Backpack Cooler is an awesome and cost-effective cooler. If you're looking for a backpack cooler at a lower price range, I honestly think this is going to be the best on the market. There are going to be some high-end backpack coolers that might be a little bigger, have more tough materials, but they're going to cost a lot more. So for $43, I don't really think you're going to be able to beat this. But that's going to do it for the review today. Remember to like and comment to be entered into the giveaway. And as always, thank you for keeping it real with Ryan.